good genes.
The elixir of youth is in there.
Exactly.
I would have said that about Hugh Jackman as well, and yet we just saw that Bad Education trailer. Hugh, you're looking a little... Hugh, I hope that's makeup, because you're looking, and I hate to use this word when referring to you, old.
And old Logan looked younger.
Old Logan looks younger, yeah. Dude, you know what it is? Hugh Jackman has a shirt on, he has a suit on, and I can't see his physical form.
Because that just balances it out.
Balances,
like, he's a young man.
I see him, I see his body, and I'm like, oh, okay.
He's the youngest man to ever live. Look at those abs.
No old man can look like that. That's totally fine. Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Straight to Series episode 42.
42.
Wow.
Getting old. Feeling it.
Getting up there.
Getting up there indeed.
When we hit, what age are we deciding that this show dies?
Oh, I don't know.
90. Are we going to our hundreds?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if we still have something to say.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. If we're not just shitting ourselves and going incontinent.
If Vin Desiel just keeps giving us some great material.
Yeah, that's true.
To work with.
My name is Connor.
And I'm Ian.
And welcome to Straight to Series. Yeah, I realised we hadn't done that. But yeah, as long as Vin Diesel keeps putting movies out, Straight to Series is going to be there.
Keeps giving us material to mock him with.
Yeah, I love that we had a recent post about Vin Diesel, and someone in the comments was like, you guys are always harping on Vin Diesel.
Did you see that?
Yeah, and I was like...
But they were appreciating it as well. They're like, hey.
Yeah, you guys are always coming after him. And it's like, yeah, we are.
He keeps giving us reasons to.
I don't know. I just find him fascinating as a human being.
I find him fascinating too. By the way, I don't even hate him. I don't hate him.
No.
I just love how he's not self-aware.
No, not in the slightest.
No, he's got an Instagram filter on through life.
Consistently, yeah. He's got it's like in that clip where we told you there's some guy, you're great, Vin. You're great.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever you
want. He's got a hype man always with him.
Always with him.
Also, no isn't in his vocabulary.
No.
When someone says no, he hears, good job, Vin.
Good job, Vin.
You know, and
way to go.
You say no to Vin, he goes, thank you.
Thank you. Try again next time. Slightly different. I just bashed the mic with my meaty hand there. I apologize, everyone. But yeah, there's no, it just isn't in his vocabulary.
And I kind of love it.
Yeah, me too. It's weird because you think those people can't exist in real life. And I have actually met people who are kind of like that, and it's very strange. Yeah,
but logically, it's this Vin.
Nah, but
thank you.
I want it differently. I'm going to do it my way, and people will like it then.
Yeah.
No, they won't. Statistically speaking, that's not going to work.
Maybe he's wearing a stencil, and I think there's not enough blood getting to his head because he's wearing his ab stencil all the time.
Totally.
That's probably it.
He needs that on, yeah. And he's calling Michelle Rodriguez over. He's like, "Hey, do you want to write the next Fast and Furious movie?" And she's sitting there like, "Yeah, Vin, I'll be over."
Well, see, I would believe that's where all the stories come from, though.
Yeah.
Crack open a few Coronas and let's just throw some ideas out there.
Do you not remember his Instagram TV? Have you ever seen the Instagram TV where he's just videoing? He's like, yeah, me and Michelle Rodriguez and someone else, we're here just writing the next Fast and Furious movie. You know
and
how
literally
it goes.
all that's written down is I beat up John Cena.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
Dom
it.
versus...
We need to make a movie around this.
Yeah. You know what? It's probably not even that. It's probably...
Plus cars.
You see, here's the thing. That's too
and
self-aware.
And we can lose the cars. That's what he's like.
I don't even need the cars in it. Just let me beat up someone who's much bigger than me. Here's the thing. I don't even think he's that self-aware. I think he's like, we're going to do a serious story.
You know, you are right.
It's going to be about family. We're going to have my son in it, passing him the torch, giving him the necklace, you know.
One word.
Metaphors.
It's going to be riddled with metaphors.
For family. Dom and Letty. I'm going to call him Brian because my friend Brian is still alive in the universe, and yet I'm going to name him after Brian because of what happened, and everyone's going to cry, and we're just going to, you know, it's going to be, I'm going to be trying to rekindle my relationship with my son. My brother comes out, and also let's make my brother twice my size, and then we'll fight and everything, and I'll have to win. But anyway, it's not about that. It's about family. You know.
And the sad thing is, equals $1 billion worldwide.
Cha-ching, baby.
That's the truth. So hey, keep
Money
doing what
bank.
you're doing, bro.
I love the way we have Bloodshot, because we're going to review Bloodshot this episode. I don't know.
Spoiler alert.
We have it written down in reviews, and we are so determined to talk about Vin Diesel that he has shot his way straight up to the top.
He's already infested this podcast.
Yeah, he really has. Much like the coronavirus has infested the world.
What a segue.
Thank you
Let's
very much.
Let's go into the box office.
Let's move into the box office.
It doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. we have a whole segment dedicated to box office, which is very difficult because the box office...
It's gone. It's dead.
It is.
Well, for now.
For now, anyway.
For now, it's in ICU. It's been terribly infected by
horribly
by COVID-19.
COVID-19, baby.
Everyone's favorite virus.
So much so that we didn't even open Box Office Mojo, because what's the point?
It hasn't been updated in like a week now.
Yeah.
It's scary. It hurts me.
Oh.
It hurts my brain.
Yeah, Ian's precious numbers.
There are some little numbers coming in, but not with Box Office Mojo.
Drip feeding.
Yeah, just from
numbers.
like worldwide. There's a few theaters every... Maybe, like, I know Brazil hasn't been super affected yet.
Okay.
Every time you say that, though, then cut to a week.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, you should have... Like, our country is literally on lockdown right now.
Yeah.
Lockdown.
This is like a rogue fucking broadcast, basically.
Yeah. See, we work together, so logically, we're kind of like, well, I'll see you Monday either way,
Yeah.
so we can do the podcast.
Yeah, we can do the podcast. Not only do we work together, we're in a hospital.
Yeah.
So, you know, have we ever said that on the podcast before?
I don't think we have.
I don't think we have,
So we're like fucking frontline staff.
Yeah.
Most likely, we will be infected, by the way.
Most likely, yeah. If there's not an episode in a while.
I'll be so impressed if one of us doesn't get it.
Yeah. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yeah, I've been licking each phone anyway.
Me too. Yeah. I've been handrails. Every time I get on public transport, I make sure to lean my face in right into the glass and everything. You know.
And what's funny is it's so fucking scary actually right now.
It is.
But we're making light of it.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
If anyone can, it's us.
Yeah,
because we're like the only people working in our goddamn country right now. It's so weird.
Yeah, it's nice because the country's like, hey, everyone's on lockdown. Y'all got to stay indoors and everything. We got our hospital swipes, baby. Free pass, get to walk around, do whatever we want.
Coming in, it's like Homer Simpson going into the woman's bathroom.
Exactly.
Hospital staff, thank you
very much, Shelby.
And they go, okay.
I'll be moving along.
You don't need to be in the cubicle with me.
Yeah, no,
I do.
I do.
Hospital staff.
Hospital staff. Excuse me. Hospital staff. In fact, could you move away from me? Could you get social distancing, please?
Do you mind?
Yeah. Do you mind? I'm trying to work here. Yeah, but
Anyway,
box office. Yeah, it's there's nothing really.
It's weird.
Yeah,
it's weird. So China tried to reopen some of their cinemas there, and their big plan, which it's an odd choice, but I understand their choice.
Yeah.
So no Hollywood movie is going to want to be the first movie to come out in China after the mall shutting down and everyone being on lockdown for so long.
Could you think of worse press? You know what I mean?
Like, do you know what they could do though with Hellboy?
Yeah.
Because it was supposed to be released.
Yeah.
Why not? But Lionsgate need that to make some money.
Just a bit. Just something.
Just a bit. Just to balance the checkbooks. Yeah. They don't need to be unbalanced as in like, hey, we made money, but let's just stop the producers from crying.
Lionsgate needs to get
investors, I should say.
Yeah, Lionsgate needs to get its dentures fixed. It doesn't have any money to do that now, and it's causing problems in the future because people are seeing, there's nothing more. People turn away from fucked up teeth.
You don't want that meth look.
You don't want the meth look, and they've got a bit of a look to them now, and they need those dentures fixed, but they really can't do it without getting Hellboy up there. So
China's big plan. Re-release Avatar.
Re-release Avatar, baby. James Cameron in his submarine got a telegraph over the wire telling him
or fax coming in.
Avatar re-released in China. Yeah.
And I bet he's like, of course
I'll
save the box office. Leave it to me, I'll save the box office.
Oh, not ringing on Marvel's door. Are you coming a big Jim Cameron down in the submarine?
I'd love that he's like, yeah, of course they're going to re-release Avatar, and they're like, oh, and also all the Avengers movies.
All 4 Avengers movies.
What?
Why would you re-release them? My movie was the biggest movie of all time. Unnecessary. You know my Avatar 2, it's going to be even bigger. By the way, it was never going to be bigger.
Never.
But especially after coronavirus, there is no way Avatar 2 beats Avengers Endgame in the box office.
That's going to be James Cameron's story now.
Of course now.
Asterisks next to it, coronavirus. Yeah. That's why Star Wars didn't do as well as it was supposed to. Coronavirus.
I remember coronavirus came out right as Star Wars came out, and it just didn't do as well, unfortunately. Yeah. These things happen.
Do you know Joker made more than it? There's some box office news actually. Man. It actually made, I think it's like 2 million more.
Nice.
Isn't that weird?
Joker only did so well because it just missed out in the coronavirus, and everyone was coming out to see. They wanted to see a movie before they had to isolate themselves.
You don't need to tell me, man. Birds of Prey.
Yeah, Birds of Prey. Exactly, man. That one got really shafted by the coronavirus.
It felt hard.
Yeah, it did.
Anyway, China now are going to release all 4 Avengers movies, Avatar, Inception, and Interstellar. They're going to re-release them. I do like their idea of kind of being like, hey, it's safe now.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. They opened them and then shut them all again.
I know.
Straight away.
It's
obviously the country's not over it yet.
Yeah, they just want, I don't know, people to be happy? I don't know.
Who missed out on information? Like, someone didn't call someone there.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're going to... They were opening more than 200 theaters.
Mm-hmm.
And then the day it came to open them up, they were like, no, forget that.
Yeah.
So someone was missed. There's some, there's someone that just did not make one phone call.
Some guy got a joke email saying coronavirus was cured, and he was like, I'm going to reopen cinemas, baby.
And I'm going to contact 200 other cinemas.
I'm going to get everyone involved in this. We're going to put out blockbusters. And then it came to the time and someone was like, that was a joke email. And he's like, fuck.
I've got 200 people to call. Poor assistant just has to call them all.
Just call them, you can't open.
Exactly.
Coronavirus is still a thing. And they're like, oh, damn it.
Anne Hathaway in, The Devil Wears Prada. It's like that type of person that has to ring everyone.
It's all of a sudden her fault.
And it's just like people shouting down the phone at her.
Yeah.
She's getting punched in the head with words.
I knew this was a joke. And it's like, oh, fuck, shit. I'm sorry.
So China nearly reopened 200 theaters. Yeah. I don't know how this would happen. Like, it got so far where they were like, yeah, we're re-releasing this, about to happen, and then it didn't happen. They're also re-releasing Harry Potter. I think the first and second one, and they're gonna do like a 3D conversion.
That's weird.
I understand what they're just trying to do, really, is to get people to come back. And I don't even think this is for the audience. This is for the big studios to kind of go, is it okay now for us to release something? Because you don't want to spend all this money on promoting a movie in China
if you can't put it out.
And you can't put it out.
Yeah.
So
look like Hellboy then.
I wonder if this is going to happen over here as well.
We're going to get some big budget releases again.
Re-releases, yeah.
Yeah. That'd be. But here's the thing, of all those movies listed there, I'd be interested in seeing maybe 3 of them in cinemas.
See, Endgame just came out.
Yeah.
And I've seen it a lot of times.
Yeah.
And then I've seen it on home video or whatever you want to call it. Like, I bought it on iTunes. So I don't need to see Endgame again. I wouldn't see it if that came out again.
No.
Age of Ultron, I didn't like that much.
Yeah.
Infinity War, I watched Infinity War so many times as well.
Me too. But I can watch that. That's the thing. I think Infinity War for me is like Iron Man, the first Iron Man, where for some reason I can watch that movie nonstop.
For me, it would be Inception.
Inception would be the one I'd really want to see. Yeah, definitely.
I'd watch that again because that has the long. Well, see, Interstellar let me down a little bit.
Yeah.
Inception, I loved, and that came out a good while ago now.
I didn't get to see it in cinemas, so I would love to actually get to watch it on a big screen. You know,
cool.
Get that Inception sound in the theater again. You know.
That's a fun movie. I really like that movie.
Yeah.
Also, we got some, VOD releases that were announced. Mm-hmm. Oh, again, Belgian Downhill is going to get released. Woohoo! That was what was it? Will Ferrell and
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
That's it.
Thank you. Yeah.
I wasn't going to say her name correctly.
Louise. Julia Louis-Dreyfus, yes. And I was
getting to it.
You were.
You cut me off. I was about to say that.
You were getting there. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, that was that movie with a really good trailer and a really cool premise that apparently is
bombed critically and financially.
Yeah.
So they actually kind of have a scapegoat now.
Yeah.
COVID-19. Yeah.
COVID-19, yeah.
So Downhill. Oh, and The Call of the Wild. The Disney movie.
Yeah.
We seen like a... What was it?
It was like Movie Picks or some website like that.
Some website reported it as a Disney movie. This was a Fox movie that Disney just inherited when they bought them.
Totally.
I think Disney do not want their name on that crap.
Disney lawyers are getting in touch with that website and being like, hey, asshole. It's a Fox movie.
Do your background work.
Yeah, it's a fucking Fox movie. Yeah. Don't be putting my name on that bullshit.
So that's coming out as well.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go burn Songs of the South.
Yes.
Yeah, I need to go burn a few more copies of them. A few of them have turned up on video and I don't want them getting out again.
That's probably the only way you can get it now, VHS.
Oh, man. I want to watch it so badly. Because it's just...
Says a lot about you.
I know, but it's Disney movie and apparently it's so racist.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd be dedicated enough to watch the whole thing, but I wouldn't mind like investigating it in like 15 minutes to go, whoa.
Wow, this is bad.
This is a time capsule that you can't bury, motherfuckers. It's going to find its way out there.
You cannot unsee this. It's like Birth of a Nation, you know?
Yeah.
That Ku Klux Klan black and white movie.
I haven't watched any of it except for the Black Klansman that shows loads of it, and then I was like, whoa. I knew of the movie.
Me too.
I've seen maybe snippets in other movies, but like tiny bits where they show a lot of it in Black Klansman, where they do a screening of it.
Yeah. And
in one of the clan meetings.
Yeah, and they're all watching it and laughing their asses off.
Oh, it's such a horrible scene, but it's a great scene as well because you know what director made it and all like that and what he's all about.
Well, and then that's intercut with the old guy telling the story.
Yes, the black old dude that's telling a story about like horrible racism.
Yeah, it kind of comes out of nowhere as well. It's like, oh, they're like, oh yeah, we're getting this speaker in today, and then you're with him for the whole story, and it's like
Spike Lee.
Yeah,
Spike Lee's a great director.
He is a great director.
And well, anyway, that was our box office, really.
Yeah,
we're afraid that it's going to be somewhat the death of the cinematic experience.
Yeah, we were talking about this before, and this has got our minds kind of racing about the state of cinema in the future.
It's only questions and no answers.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary because we're thinking, well, all these cinemas closing down, surely not all of them are going to survive this. No. Financially, some of them will be forced. Any independent cinema, well, not any of them, but I think a lot of them are going to get hit so hard they may go bankrupt. And I don't mean like Elton John bankrupt where you're like, you bought too many gold pairs of boots. You're gonna be fine.
You're gonna be fine. Yeah. No.
Or Michael Jackson filing for bankruptcy. You're gonna be fine.
Okay. Or 50 Cent filing for bankruptcy. Or any famous person filing for bankruptcy.
I think these cinemas may close their doors forever. And even some of the big chains like AMC may have to downsize. They might be forced. Like imagine, right? So they're saying this could go on for up to 3 months. You can imagine a big cinema chain making no money. I know it's probably owned by some big enterprise that has hands in other pies and all, but they're making no money when it comes to their cinema branches.
It's insane.
For 3 months, it could go up to.
Like, cinema is an institution nowadays, especially. It's one of those things where it's like people go out to the cinema. You know what I mean? Like, it's always there. And there are a lot of cinemas that treat it as such, as if that if you're coming to the cinema, you're just going to come. You're going to pay whatever we fucking say for popcorn. Yeah. You're going to come in, pay for tickets. You're going to go see the movie, and then you're going to come out.
It's just a norm. It's not a big deal. It's not an event.
Not an event anymore. But this could essentially close those chains that treat the cinema as just this other institution or commodity and everything, and it may become more of an event to actually go and see cinema movies.
My question about that though is, if it becomes more of an event, I still think that means less people are going.
Yeah. I know.
Which means, what are the movie studios going to do? Are they going to feel confident enough to release something digitally on a digital platform for it's $20 in America to rent some of these movies? Like if you want to rent The Invisible Man right now, it's $20 to rent it, not to buy, to rent. Now, if you're just a normal person at home, you're in self-isolation, and it's just you. Yeah. How are you going to, like, in your head go, okay, $20, that's fair enough to rent a movie to watch on my TV screen?
Also, and not that we support this, but when something comes out on digital, it means online there is a very good copy of that movie.
Yes, exactly. Now, I pay for my cinema, but at the same time, I know so many people that are like, how long has it been out?
Yeah.
It's been out 4 months. There could be a good version, but when it comes out on VOD, you're guaranteed there's a good version.
There's a quality version online somewhere that you can find. Now, not supporting that behavior in any way, but I'm just saying, like, this is how people work. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And also, I was saying to you, I compared some prices on iTunes for us, and it's €18 for us to rent The Invisible Man, but it's €17 for you to buy Bloodshot.
Yeah, like.
At least, like, I know Bloodshot, we'll get to the review. Yeah. Spoiler alert, it's not going to be very positive.
No.
If you buy it, at least you own it. You might get some special features and all like that. Where if you're renting a movie for €18 for here, $20 in America. If it's Onward, I can kind of understand it, because you might be sitting down with your family. There could be 4 of you. Yeah. So $20 to watch Onward, where it could cost you $40 for the whole family to go to cinema, not including transport and all the food and everything.
Yeah. It's mad. Like, do you remember like Extravision and Chartbusters? Blockbusters. Yeah, like we used to go there, and like you would never rent the movies that just came out. You'd always rent whichever ones were like you get 3 for a tenner or whatever.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah,
I mean?
oh yeah, big time.
Yeah.
And then you'd have like a sale where it's like $2.50. I used to love buying the movies that had been watched, like, so they're like second hand, and it'd be like €2 or something like that. And I'd be yes.
Yeah.
I used to have The Last Action Hero, and it was a VHS that had been rented many times, and he didn't even have the original case for it. Oh. So it was so cheap. At the time, it was pounds, and it was something like £1.50 to £2.
Like, it's nothing.
And I was like, yes, please. And I was a kid, and I watched that religiously.
But it's mad, like, that now on VOD we're just going back to that. And again, they've broken the seal. You know, they're not virgins anymore. They've broken the seal. They're putting out movies past the what was it, 30 days?
It's something like 90 days.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact figure, but there's something like 70 to 90 days where it's a rule that the cinema's made up, and it makes sense, and everyone has to adhere by it if you're going to do a nationwide release. If you're doing a wide release, if you're doing a limited release, you can do kind of like a 2-weeker in cinemas, and then it's out on VOD or whatever.
And normally movies like, you know, The Irishman will do that just to get the Oscar.
Exactly. Oscar nom. So you need a certain number. So there's like rules and regulations when it comes to if you're eligible to be nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah.
So you need like a certain amount of screens that has to be released in.
Yeah.
And supposedly Netflix lose money investing in getting different cinemas to release it. And I think they've gone as far as a month, where it's released in a cinema for a month before it's out on Netflix.
Yeah.
But their whole brand is a bit tarnished by that as well, because the whole thing is like, hey, it's released on this day and you can watch it at home when it's released.
Well, I remember The Irishman coming out before, and it's like, oh, reading all these reviews, oh, it's great, amazing. It's like, I'm not going to the cinema to watch that. I'll watch it at home, where I can watch an hour and a half of it, turn it off, come again, an hour and a half of it.
Because it's 3.5 hours long.
3.5 hours long, for fuck's sake. But like,
I'd have to monitor my liquid intake to go see that without having to take a piss.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
Honestly, I'd be dehydrated.
And you walk out, spoiler alert, right as he shoots Jimmy Hoffa in the head.
Oh,
You'd be like, for fuck's sake. Been building up to that the whole movie.
I'll come back and go, hey, where's Pacino?
Where's Pacino?
Where's he? And my mate was just like, oh,
God damn it. Yeah.
You had to go, didn't you?
You had to go at that time. Yeah. That'd be you.
That would be it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you? And you sit down and go, where's Jimmy?
Yeah, where's Jimmy?
I fucking love Pacino in this.
Oh, he's so good. Where's he gone?
They wouldn't dare do it while I'm taking a piss.
We wouldn't dare. They wouldn't dare.
So yeah, there's so many questions, because now that they've broken that seal, now that they broke the cinematic rule, that I think it's 70 to 90 days, something like that, it kind of like, I guess those contracts are broken though if the cinema isn't open.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? But the results that they get by that are not the true numbers as well. So say Bloodshot makes a ton of money on VOD. They're like, oh, I know it's probably not going to make a ton of money.
Yeah.
But if it did, you're like, oh, brilliant. We'll just do that from now on. Yeah, but everyone's contained to their homes right now.
Totally.
So that doesn't work. So
everything's
some of that is false.
These next 4 months of movie data is just, it's almost unusable.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, that works. Oh, no, that didn't work. It's like when Vin Diesel makes a Fast and Furious and it makes $1 billion. You're like, that guy makes money.
Yeah.
He's a box office draw. Let's put him in Bloodshot or The Last Witch Hunter.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, but that's in a very specific situation. He's a box office draw.
But Vin Diesel equals $1 billion in Fast and Furious. So in any other movie,
people don't go cinema and buy stuff in coronavirus. Doesn't mean when there's no coronavirus they won't go cinema.
I know.
See, that's the Vin Diesel is the perfect analogy for everything.
Everything.
Everything. Yeah. Everything that doesn't make sense, we can give you a Vin Diesel analogy that will explain it for you. Yeah, so we're kind of worried about what the state of cinemas are going to be.
And sadly, there's only questions and no answers, because as you said, this data is kind of irrelevant.
Yeah, it's like, it's such an extreme and it's going to cause such problems.
And we know the studios take irrelevant information and just throw it to everything else. Oh, that template worked once. Joker, we always say Joker made $1 billion.
Yeah.
It was R-rated. Let's make
Birds of Prey
R-rated.
Yeah.
It just barely passes 200 million.
Did you even notice Birds of Prey is R-rated when you were watching it? Not really.
Well, I did notice they were cursing a lot. That's about it.
That's about it. Yeah. They gotta say dirty words a lot, but like, I don't know.
Ewan McGregor uses a lot of bad language,
he does.
and I appreciate that, and I appreciate him.
I appreciate him in that movie.
I appreciate his suits.
Yes, I appreciate how he looks in that movie, and I appreciate his entire performance. And you know, it makes me sad. You know, makes me sad.
Anyway, will we move on to reviews, because we've been talking about it?
Yeah, we have. We've been teasing you. By the way, like, subscribe, check us out on Instagram,
By
Facebook.
the way, well done. Well done
you.
for remembering, because I never do.
I know. I feel like it's my one job. You set everything up, you do all the editing and everything, and my job is just to come in and say, check us out on Instagram and Facebook. And
you do it well.
Thank you.
Yeah, so check us out. Like and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, please.
Yeah. Comment, do all that fun stuff.
Yes.
That helps us. Recommend to a friend, especially for fuck's sake, guys. I'm going to get real with you, audience members.
Oh,
okay?
shit.
I'm going to get real with you. You're all locked in your houses. Could you please just tell someone else to watch this? It would take nothing.
Yes, just cancel one of those masturbation sessions for a minute.
Just cancel one and be like, hey, this podcast was really good. Check it out, Please do. We really appreciate it.
We really would. And shout us out on Instagram.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think.
Listen, I've been watching a lot of shite. I've been locked in my
We're
house.
not shite.
What?
You're not selling this. I thought you were supposed to be good at this. You told me you were good at this.
Wait. Let me go back. I've been watching a lot of quality content while I've been locked in my house. I watched all of season 2 of Paradise PD.
And Bloodshot.
Yeah, exactly. So if there's ever a time to ingest some quality programming and recommend it to a friend,
we're your guys,
baby. And I think that's the thumbnail. That's got to be the thumbnail, like. Hey, there we go. Yeah, I love the way you're always like, "There's such a good one," and then my face is doing something weird, and then
I'm always looking this way. I'm like, "Why am I looking at the wall when you're making a good face?"
And then I'm probably sitting here like this at some stage when you're making a good face. And
but my ego's like, I need my face in it at least. Come on.
Anyway, speaking of egos, let's talk about Bloodshot.
Oh my God, uncontainable egos.
Yeah. So, not only have we watched the Bloodshot movie, hit film of 2020, We
also did a little bit of research.
We did.
Pat the L back there, I will. Yeah, I only read volume 1, which is like the first 5 issues of the Bloodshot comic book.
Now the 2012 reboot of it,
yes,
because it takes place in the 90s as well, obviously. But going off the modern one that the movie's more based on and everything, yes, you read the first volume. I've read a lot of the Valiant Universe stuff, so I've become well versed in it. Just so we could kind of talk about Bloodshot and try and maybe understand why it's not doing as well as it should.
Yeah, and where they went wrong.
Yeah, is it a faulty brand, whereas the Valiant Universe doesn't have like the
good enough storytelling or whatever,
or a good enough story, or a good enough base to start a movie universe?
Yeah, like what's the source material like that they're working with?
Exactly.
And turns out it's pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's just the movie that's the problem, really. Yeah. And
that's the problem.
Yeah.
The entire movie.
And
everyone that made the movie.
And you broke it down nicely into 3 different things that I think kind of sum up everything.
Yeah, well, Sony made a movie.
Yeah.
And we should give a background that this is not just a movie.
No.
This is not just a franchise starter. This is a franchise and shared universe starter.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
This is the Valiant Comics cinematic universe.
This is the Iron Man. This is meant to be their Iron Man. Their Man of Steel,
so Vin Diesel is Valiant's Robert Downey Jr. right now. Mm-hmm. And Sony, the guys who only recently thought, hey, we're going to take back Spider-Man from Disney. Yeah. Guys, we've got this. We've got this.
They're also the guys who are like, Venom made a lot of money, so
Venom made 800 million,
so we know what we're doing now.
So hands off my Spider-Man.
Hands off my Spider-Man, guys.
This is who Sony are.
Yeah.
And they came fresh. This is a brand new commodity. Has never been on the screen before.
Yeah.
At least it's been on YouTube, and we'll get to that.
Oh yeah.
But not on a cinematic screen. Hasn't been on the silver screen yet.
No.
And Sony came along, and I broke it down to 3 categories where I think Sony made detrimental wrong moves.
Yeah.
So the first one is Big Vinny D himself.
Big Vinny D.
Now, I know we hate on Vinny.
Yeah, we do. We give him a hard time.
But there's actual logic that goes into this as well. There's numbers to back up why Vin Diesel shouldn't be. Actually, the biggest number is 52.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel's 52. And this is the first movie of what is supposed to be at least 5 movies.
At least.
In a cinematic universe.
So, say you do everything on time, and you're pushing these movies out appropriately, and say...
Generally 2 years.
2 years, we'll give it 2 years.
Per movie.
Year and a half. We'll say year and a half.
That's good going.
If they're fucking Marvel and they're on point, year and a half. So that's... To put out 5 more movies after this...
Yeah.
Can't do that math.
7.5.
7.5
years.
So 7.5 years. So Vin will be nearly 60 by the end of that.
60. Now, Vin Diesel is not like Paul Rudd,
No.
who doesn't age. Or when he does age, he gets better.
No.
And now he has abs and he's Ant-Man.
And for some reason, I'm more attracted to him than ever.
For some reason, I want to drink his blood.
Yeah.
Because it'll make me feel good.
It'll make
him
me
and
young.
Margaret Robbie, I want to drink pints of their blood because there's some good genes
The
in
elixir
there.
of youth is in there.
Exactly.
I would have said that about Hugh Jackman as well, and yet we just saw that Bad Education trailer. Hugh, you're looking a little... Hugh, I hope that's makeup, because you're looking, and I hate to use this word when referring to you, old.
Old, yeah. And old Logan looked younger.
Old Logan looks younger, yeah. Dude, you know what it is? Hugh Jackman has a shirt on. He has a suit on, and I can't see his physical form.
Because that just balances it out.
Balances
You're like, he's a young man.
I see him. I see his body, and I'm like, oh, okay.
He's the youngest man that ever lived. Look at those abs.
No old man can look like that. That's totally fine.
Vin Diesel, though, he's a 52. Now, I will say, now I hate to say this, but like he's a hot 52.
He is, totally.
For a 52-year-old.
Like, he's looking good for a 52-year-old.
I would give him a mid-40s kind of guy.
Totally,
okay?
yeah.
Like, I can take him back 7 years to 45.
Is he looking movie star 52, though? I don't
no,
think he is.
not. Like, put it this way, he looks older than Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
And Brad Pitt's around 56 now, 57.
Yeah. Brad Pitt is going to be 60 soon.
Fuck Brad Pitt.
Fuck
I always
Brad
say, I
Pitt.
love Brad Pitt, but all men are not created equal.
No, they really aren't. No one's created equal.
He's such an example of that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so what we're trying to say is Vin Diesel kind of looks his age to a degree. Like, he looks like a hot 52.
Totally.
So when he's 60, I don't believe he's going to look like a hot 60-year-old.
No.
He's going to look like a Vin Diesel 60-year-old.
Not only that, he's not going to be an action star when he's 60. He doesn't have the Sly Stallone. He doesn't have the Schwarzenegger. He really doesn't have it. If anything, he's
not taking the premium steroids.
No, he is not. He's not. For some reason, no one's giving him the premium steroids. Probably because he says he doesn't need them. But
actually, do you know what? I'd like to think he is taking the premium steroids. He just doesn't do the work.
Just doesn't put the work in.
He doesn't think that you have to do the work as well. He just slam a cake into his mush then afterwards.
This would be really bad.
No, but I took steroids.
This would be really bad if we found out that Vin Diesel takes his work very seriously in the gym and everything. He's trying his best and everything to do it clean. Nah, he's shoveling cake into his mouth and he's like, hey, could we get a writing session going for Mission Impossible, or not Mission Impossible, for Fast and Furious 11?
It's going to be Mission Impossible.
He's going to be
He's going to invade the Mission Impossible movies.
I think Groot should have more lines in the Mission Impossible franchise. I am hungry.
But here, I have figures though, right? We've been really cynical about Vin Diesel because it's easy.
It is easy.
But at the same point, there's figures to back this up. The last time a movie studio tried to build an original franchise on Vin Diesel's fucking massive back.
Yeah.
They did The Last Witch Hunter.
Yeah.
And that bombed critically and financially, and they're working on a sequel because no is not in his vocabulary.
Yeah.
But anyway, they're working on a sequel to that. But The Witch Hunter bombed critically and financially.
Mm-hmm.
So history proves that when you don't make a Fast and Furious movie with Vin Diesel, by the way, Triple X bombed in America.
Yeah.
But Donnie Yen was in it, and they really marketed it hard to China, and it worked out.
Totally.
But it actually bombed really hard in America.
Again, Triple X, like the most American extreme franchise or whatever.
Vinny D, his Xander Cage's massive return.
Yeah, his bread and butter. It's literally called The Return of Xander Cage.
Yeah, exactly. Then, okay, what other franchise? Riddick. Last Riddick made like no money.
Yeah.
It cost 38 million to make it, and it made 98 million. Vin Diesel actually had to explain why they were making it a sequel, and he said, it's because the DVD sales were great, because it came out in 2013, so I guess people were buying hard copies back then.
I guess.
And he was like, DVD sales were great. So he had to actually back up why they were making a sequel.
I will say the cover of Riddick does look pretty cool.
It does look cool. Riddick looks cool.
Yeah, he does.
And he's kind of the character that I'm like, Vin Diesel, okay.
Yeah, I get that. Vin Diesel playing Riddick, that makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
But even the last Riddick didn't make that much money.
No.
So, if it's not Fast and Furious,
yeah,
Vin Diesel added to your project doesn't equal money.
No.
Also, we should say that Fast and Furious, I think Universal have copped onto this. That's why The Rock's been in Fast and Furious, Charlize Theron, Jason Statham, Helen Mirren has been in it, Russell Crowe's in it. Like, they're really building this big star-studded team around him.
Yeah, totally.
Even Michelle Rodriguez, like,
I know.
she's a star.
Tyrese Gibson, biggest star in the world.
Wait, who?
He's not Ludacris, he's the other he was in one of the first ones.
It's the guy who's jealous of The Rock.
Jealous of The Rock. That's it.
That's it. The guy who tries to sing all the time.
Yes, yeah, that's him.
I know him.
Yeah.
His name's Tyrese Gibson, isn't it?
Yeah, his character's named Roman, I think.
He's Forehead? I think that's his second name.
Roman Forehead. He's the one who's scared all the time.
The Rock.
Yeah, he's scared of The Rock beating him up. Exactly.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
I do. I know you're talking about.
Yeah. I know. He's a few steps away.
He's done like a movie or two.
Just one or two.
Other
than Fast and Furious.
He's in like Transformers.
Yes, yeah, he is. Oh yeah, he's like.
Oh, he's the bald black guy in Transformers.
He's the other soldier and the other one. There's the main soldier guy.
Josh Duhamel or something like that.
Yeah, Duhamel or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Good looking bloke.
He's a good looking guy. He's always in it, and I'm like, why is Megan Fox with Shia LaBeouf when sexy Marine Josh Duhamel is walking around the place like this? Like, why is she not like? I guess she's in high school.
And then the forehead that follows him around.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, I think he plays the same character in the Transformers as well. He's like a Marine, but he's also kind of like
a guy who tries to sing.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, what are we doing here?
It's weird how he's
why
afraid
am I doing this?
Yeah, he's afraid of The Rock in Transformers as well.
He's afraid of The Rock. Yeah, he thinks The Rock is all those robots.
Yeah, exactly.
They told him, they were like, we need someone big, to play the robots. They're going to be CGI. And he's like, fuck, they're going to get The Rock in.
And The Rock's like, you shut the fuck up. And he's like, okay, sir. And then he goes back to his trailer and he's tweets about like a hard guy.
I get paid more than The Rock. The Rock is a pussy. Yeah. I see him eating cake all the time.
I'll walk out if Universal brings The Rock back. I'm out the door.
I'm out the door.
And Universal's like, okay. And he's like, I take all that back. delete.
The Rock couldn't make a successful Fast and Furious movie even if he tried. Oh, but then Hobbs and Shaw.
The Rock. Oh yeah, and The Rock can't even sing. And then
Moana comes out.
Fuck.
Damn it.
He's got a better forehead.
Damn you, Rock!
Rocky!
Anyway, what were we talking about?
Vin Diesel. Is fat and doesn't make money.
No, yeah. But basically, any franchise that you try and build on Vin Diesel's back doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
And also, every franchise you try and build on his back is reliant on the fact that it's Vin Diesel.
And it's Fast and Furious.
Yes, exactly. It has to be Fast and Furious.
If it's not Fast and Furious, it doesn't make money. And that's just cinematic history there. So I think they shouldn't have hired Vin Diesel. That was the longest one.
That was a long
I'll jump through the other points.
Well, no, but I actually want to make a point about even him playing the character of Bloodshot. Like, he is a bad choice to play a superhero because he is Vin Diesel. Like,
he is Vin. It's almost like I would make the same point with Tom Cruise coming in for The Mummy.
Exactly.
And I love Tom Cruise.
Me too.
But it became the Tom Cruise show.
Totally. And if you read about the behind the scenes antics of that, it was totally the Tom Cruise show.
And it's always going to be the Tom Cruise show.
Yeah.
If he comes in, he's going to have a heavy handed approach creatively.
And that's just how it works. Like,
and I love Tom Cruise, but he wasn't right for that movie.
No, he's not right for that movie.
Not for a shared universe as well.
No.
She's actually, like, it really is a good analogy.
It's a good comparison, definitely, because it's Universal and Sony trying to build franchises, and it just doesn't work.
I'm getting hot, angry here. I'm going to turn off the heater.
Okay, nice. That's a good idea.
Vin
Diesel, The Rock. But
you're saying he's just bad for the role as well.
He's bad for a character.
It's the Vin Diesel show.
People would be, and I can see the argument where people are like, well, Robert Downey Jr. is basically Tony Stark. No, the two happen to be similar. You know what I mean? Like, and then Robert Downey Jr.'s characterization basically turned into himself as the movies went on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also, he's a very good actor. He was in Chaplin and everything like this.
It was the perfect casting.
It's the perfect casting.
That casting was so perfect. It was kind of lucky as well. Like, I think some casting, like Chris Evans as Captain America. By the second Captain America, you're like, he is so perfect for this role. Like, there's no questions.
Casting directors should be getting Oscars, honestly, especially when it comes to the MCU. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Robert Downey Jr.
And the Razzie Awards for the person at Sony that said Vin Diesel would make a good Bloodshot.
Or Jared Leto making a good Bloodshot.
So Jared Leto was the original Bloodshot. He was signed on to do it.
This movie has been in talks since 2012.
Because I know when you think of Vin Diesel, you're like, well, who's similar to Vin Diesel?
Jared Leto.
Well, actually, no, it went the other way. It reversed engineered that.
It started with Jared Leto.
So, like, wait, if we can't get Jared Leto, it's definitely going to be Vin Diesel.
It's got to be Vin Diesel.
Obviously.
That makes sense. Action star. But he's just a bad choice. You can't build a franchise off Vin Diesel because it is so reliant on him being Vin Diesel. It's not... When you watch Bloodshot, you don't think... There's Bloodshot. There's Vin Diesel. You know what I mean?
There's Dom. And by the way, he's in a wife beater.
Yeah.
5 minutes into it,
he fucking dresses the same. Like
that killed me. That really annoyed me because I was like, I'm already thinking it's the Vin Diesel show, and I think that's a really good point you're making.
Yeah, like
he is such a larger than life personality.
Yeah.
That you're like, oh, it's now the Vin Diesel movie.
Especially if you're not going to go the route of making him look like he is in the comics. I know I'm kind of a stickler for this, and and sometimes it doesn't work.
And I was kind of going against you, and then we looked at some other material where Valiant Comics actually made their own web series.
Yeah, I don't
Bloodshot.
know. Bat in the Sun, they do these kind of like. They put a lot of money and effort into doing web fights where they'll have like Wolverine fight Batman or something, and they'll put
almost like Rogue kind of material. You're
just
like,
kind of like
copyright?
They're just kind of doing their own thing. But they did a web series, and it was a Valiant Comics web series. And
so Valiant Comics it was Valiant Entertainment or
Valiant Entertainment were
so
involved.
they were like fully involved in this.
Yeah, and Jason David Franks.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, you know Jason David Franks.
Of course I know that guy.
Of course. No need to explain who he is. The Green Ranger from Power Rangers.
The original Green Ranger / White Ranger.
Tommy from Power Rangers. You know, that guy.
Tommy Biden.
Yeah.
He's playing the sword.
Yeah.
With the steel mask.
Oh, yeah.
That never made sense, but whatever.
Yeah, and then he summons the Zord, obviously.
Yeah.
But he played Bloodshot in it, and you know, you're like, oh, so they went for the comic accurate route, and you're like, man, how can that work? White body, red spot, red eyes. You know, it can't look good, and then you're going to see it on screen.
If you're watching on YouTube, you'll see it now. And if you're not watching on YouTube, just Google it.
Yeah.
Just even if you just Google Green Ranger Bloodshot.
Yeah.
I thought
you were
when you told me about this, I was like, the fucking Green Ranger, is he not in prison? Is he not on crack? And then I seen this image and I was like, oh my god, it's perfection. Now at the same time, let's go from a big name like Vin Diesel to like who?
Yeah, exactly. Jason David Franks.
I do understand that. But Mark Wahlberg is the perfect middleman.
We also saw Mark Wahlberg there, and I know he's older, but at the same time...
But he's younger than Vin Diesel, though.
He's younger than Vin Diesel.
I think everyone is younger than Vin Diesel.
Me too. After watching Bloodshot, I'm convinced everyone's younger. He's also... I think if you convinced him to not be Mark Wahlberg in it, like...
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I know what you mean.
And again, you'd have to kind of... There need to be a willingness, because Bloodshot in the comics, now that we've spoken about it, read, he's this all-American figure, and I can't think of anyone who tries to represent himself as more all-American than Mark Wahlberg. He owns a burger restaurant, he's into fitness and everything, you know.
Bloodshot's going to be from Boston now.
He prays, Bloodshot's from Boston, whatever. But like, if you're doing those flashback things that they kind of do in the movie, but not very well, where it's like, oh, it's... You know, he's thinking about his family and everything. You could see Mark Wahlberg with the white picket fence, you know, and the Krillin burgers and his wife's there and everything.
Totally.
And then cut back to him and you have him in the full makeup and he's just this monster.
Yeah.
Like, that's another criticism I have of the movie. They don't go for the body horror aspect of Bloodshot, and that's kind of... You've read the comics now.
Oh, it's excellent how he just sees himself as this good look. He looks like Chris Evans.
Yeah.
He actually looks like Chris Evans playing Captain America. This all-American. There's the white picket fence. He's got the beautiful family. And then you just see him as this, like, pale, gaunt-looking kind of dude. Ripped at the same time, actually.
Yeah, totally ripped, yeah.
But a bit of a monster look about him.
That's the thing. He looks like a monster, and I think they lose out on that in the movie.
Yeah, and also... The guy is always topless. Well, a lot of times he's topless, and Vin Diesel can't go topless.
He's got
the hard soft bod.
Yeah, exactly. So he can't go topless.
But I really think your example is good, because I just go straight to the numbers.
Yeah.
But it is the Vin Diesel show as well.
Yeah.
He is just a larger than life person. And also the directors were going to be the original team that did John Wick.
I know. David Leitch and the other guy.
The other dude.
Yeah.
And it actually went... I'll find out their names, actually, because it
should be there.
It is here. Chad Stahelski.
Yes, Chad.
And David Leitch.
David Leitch, yeah.
They were originally going to direct it. Imagine that the fighting scenes would be so much better. It'd be so well choreographed.
I know. Also, Bloodshot in the comics is a soldier, and he's not really... Like, he's kind of a brawler, and he favors guns in this.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel picks up, like, 5 guns in this movie, you know?
He does weights in the movie.
Yeah.
And it's just massaging that ego.
Just massage punches the pillar and it all cracks and
I love how he goes. So he's like, okay, this is not really a spoiler. This is just at the start.
Yeah.
And he's kind of just investigating his own powers.
Yeah.
And he hits a punch bag. Of course, his fist goes through the punch bag.
Yeah.
So what's the next step? Punch a pillar.
Punch a pillar.
Yeah. Like, okay, like he doesn't feel pain. I thought he does feel pain.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And he's like, goes straight to a pillar, nearly knocks down a whole place.
Again, Bloodshot in the comics feels pain. that's kind of a neat thing. That,
yeah,
like,
exactly. He doesn't necessarily want to get shot.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel's punching the shit out of a pillar.
Yeah. He's just... And also, like, the
structural integrity of the place, like, is being tested by him.
The movie tricks you as well into thinking they're going to do something smart with it, where, like, they have the great scene you probably saw in the trailers. It's in red light, and they kind of go a bit more gory on it, and it's like, oh, they can do that because it's red light. But, like, this movie should be an R-rated movie.
It really should be. The comic is such an R-rated comic book.
Yeah, and it's kind of fucked up, and the story in the comic is 10 times more interesting than what they present in the
way more
movie.
Interesting. Let's go, right, so
you
Vin Diesel is point one.
Vin Diesel point one,
right?
yeah.
Vin Diesel's point one. That was the biggest mistake I think Sony made. The second one was the writer, which was Jeff Wadlow. Now, I mean, I don't mean to like just pick on the guy.
Yeah, but
let's just look at his history. You know, because of course, like, okay, you're going to bring in Jeff Wadlow, he's going to work on your screenplay. Oh, what else did he write? What's the good material?
Yeah.
Like, what's his CV look like?
Yeah, exactly.
Why should we give him the job? Okay, so, he's the guy who ruined Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass 2, yeah, not...
He wrote and directed Kick-Ass 2, took all the good elements and thought, okay, Kick-Ass is just about bad language and gory action. Nothing to do with character development.
No, we're gonna throw away most of the characters you liked from the first one as well.
So he wrote and directed Kick-Ass 2.
Yeah.
He wrote and directed True Memoirs of an international assassin. That's 0% on Rotten Tomatoes, by the way.
Oh, fucking hell.
So that's 2 bad movies. He wrote and directed Truth or Dare, that's less than 20% on Rotten Tomatoes. And then he wrote recently and directed Fantasy Island, that's on less than 20% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Bloodshot is also, funny enough, on just above 20% on Rotten Tomatoes, 27%, I believe.
It was 29%.
29%. And also TBA, by the way, one of his other filmographies, he's going to be doing Masters of the Universe, which is a He-Man, and I can't imagine that that's going to turn out well.
Well, at least he's only writing it and not directing it, so maybe someone will come in with an actual head screwed onto their shoulders.
Yeah.
But I don't understand. So first of all, they're like, Vin Diesel, if you go through his history, he's not going to make you money.
No.
He's not actually a franchise starter. I know it makes no sense when you see Fast and Furious and $1 billion.
Yeah.
It's not. He's also surrounded by other stars as well.
Yeah.
Strike one. Then let's get a guy who only writes bad movies. Like, he's known for writing bad movies.
Yeah.
So Truth or Dare made a lot of money because it cost $5 million to make.
Yeah, that's the only reason it makes money.
And it made $100 million.
Yeah. And again, no offense, but if you want to make money, you go to a horror film. You know, we always comment on that and everything. So,
and it's a Blumhouse special, and it is literally made by Blumhouse.
And that's the thing. Like, you can't even judge someone's writing credits for a movie like that, because it's like, yeah, that movie was successful because horror movies are successful. Yeah. You know, that's just how it works.
And he also directed it as well, and that got slated.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just don't understand. I don't understand. So let's get a guy who's not going to make us money. Yeah. It's going to be the Vin Diesel show. Yeah. And this is, again, a franchise and shared universe starter. These are the foundations. So this guy is writing the foundations. It's almost like when you get Zack Snyder to be the Godfather, the entire world builder of the DCEU.
But here's the thing: at least he had a vision for it. I don't think this guy has a vision.
No, also the director. This is his feature debut.
Yeah, like
he never directed a movie, and that's not even one of the strikes.
He did Love, Death and Robots. He did one episode of Love, Death and Robots.
Well, and all those episodes are pretty cool, so I'll give him that. But that's a short animated movie.
But here's the thing: you have that sequence in red, and you're like, "Oh, I understand." He did Love, Death and Robots. He probably had a vision for that sequence, and I totally understand it.
And then I'll just do Strike 3.
Yeah.
Don't be touching your
microphone.
Sorry,
I touched it so much. I apologize.
Sorry, I don't mean to be a dick.
No, it's okay.
Just thinking of the listeners. That's all.
Yeah, I apologize, listeners, directly to you. You'll receive a written apology from me at some stage over the next. Never.
And that's strike 1 for you.
Oh shit.
There was strike 3, right, for Sony.
Shit, yeah.
Strike 3 is they gave the movie 45 million.
Yeah.
And now, okay, 45 million. That's a good bit of money, sure. But if you watch the movie, especially the third act, the action, the CGI is like watching. It's like watching Crash Bandicoot.
It's really fucking bad.
It's really bad.
And whenever it's CGI, instantly noticeable, and it takes you out so quickly. It's not even done intelligently.
It separates you for the entire movie. The last action sequence is so CGI heavy. And what's the hardest thing to do in CGI? Recreate a human being. Let's do 3 of them.
Three of them in one
Fully CGI characters. Let's give them 45 million.
And let's make one of them have no legs and robot arms. That's... you've seen it in the trailer, by the way. That's not even a spoiler.
No, it's just a character.
How much did Dredd cost to make?
Oh, Dread costs around 50 million, I want to say.
50 million. Okay, so I was going to say you can do a Bloodshot. I would consider Dread to be kind of a Bloodshot style or something like that where
it's saying 45 million here.
45 million. Okay. So you could make a Bloodshot movie in the vein of Dread. You know what I mean?
And you can see how Dread stripped it all back.
Yeah.
It was a lot of hand-to-hand. The coolest slow-motion things was probably where all the budget was spent.
All the budget was spent. And
even
it was
his motorcycle just looks like a motorcycle with a little bit of plastic on it.
Yeah, exactly.
But who cares about that?
Yeah.
It's the film. It's the storytelling.
Mm-hmm. It's all so good. And, like, I don't understand why they're going for this, like, 12A. Like, I don't understand why the rewrites were made and he watered down the elements from Bloodshot that make it interesting. You know what I mean?
100, yeah, totally.
Like when you read the comic, you're like, "Oh, these are interesting elements. I could see them working really well in a movie." And then they're just watered down into nothing. Like Toby Kebbell is a shining point in this movie. We have to make sure we say
this is like a Toby Kebbell appreciation podcast. We love him, and he's not in much.
No, but he's fucking great.
Koba is probably his best performance.
Yeah, which is strange. Or other than the Black Mirror episode, he's in as well.
Oh, actually, that is. But I love him as Koba.
Yeah, Koba's really good. The entire history of you is the Black Panther episode. Also, whenever you see him, you're like, oh yeah, I can see Koba there because he has so much teeth. And he can pull his lips back and everything.
Also, get this, like, so Toby Kebbell is like the shining star of the whole movie. Yeah. And if you watch the trailer, you already know his full story.
Yeah, you know what happens to him, so you know.
In the trailer.
Yeah, it's...
I think that was the first trailer, I want to say,
first trailer, yeah. And, like, I just... They even go convoluted. Like, they dilute some of the cooler elements of the comic, and then they needlessly complicate some of the simpler elements that they try and include in it. Like, it just doesn't make sense. And I don't understand why let me rephrase. I do understand why they're trying to do the Marvel thing, but I think if they did an R-rated superhero universe, you know what I mean? Where they're like, this entire universe is going to be R-rated, going to be heavy action, heavy gore. It's a mature universe.
Something different.
It's different. And that is more... Imagine promoting that, being like, we're going to do a whole universe. It's going to be R-rated stuff. It's going to be super heavy violence and everything. It's what you love about Deadpool brought into this. It's going to be the modern world. Like, that is... Valiant's whole thing is they try and take people you wouldn't expect to be superheroes and make them superheroes. And also, it's modern day, so they move with the times. You know what I mean? And what would be more appropriate of doing a superhero franchise? You could start your own R-rated... like mature superhero franchise, and therefore you separate yourselves from Marvel. You're doing your own thing, and you can tell stories that Marvel can never tell.
Totally, like that gives people something different.
Yeah,
because that marketplace is full.
Yeah,
between Marvel and just Aquaman's pecs.
Yeah.
That's full.
It's full.
It's full. There's no more room.
Hellboy tried to slip in there, couldn't do it.
Well, they tried. It did the R-rated thing, but it did terribly.
Did it really bad.
It was that was just absolute trash. And this movie is too.
Yeah.
It just takes all that good material that they have to work with, and gives it to Vin Diesel.
Yeah. Put it this way: in a web series where the Green Ranger plays Bloodshot, I showed you a clip from it, and you were like, "That has." Equally good, if not better, CGI and cool moments than anything in the Bloodshot.
It was probably made for like $10.
Yeah, it was made for nothing.
It was a passion project, you know that way.
He's like, they painted him white. They probably did his eyes in post, and they slicked back his hair and kind of shaved the sides, and he looks...
And give him a t-shirt with a bit of red on it.
Yeah, and he looks 20 times better
than Vin Diesel playing the character, because Vin Diesel's playing Vin Diesel playing Bloodshot, you know?
Bloodshot. He walks around in stuff Vin Diesel would wear. You know, he acts like Vin Diesel. Also, Bloodshot in the comics is kind of... He has fun with it. Like, a lot of crazy shit happens to him, but for some reason, he's kind of humorous how he's... When he's getting his memories back and everyone's kind of afraid of him, he's like, I don't really know what to do here. Whereas Vin Diesel's what? I'm a badass. I've been a badass my whole life, and I'm going to keep being a badass till the day I die.
I'm just waiting for him to put the cross, the massive cross around his neck, the thing that's slowly giving him spina bifida because it's so large.
He's like, who am I? And then he opens a lockbox, and it's meant to have his identity in it, and he just pulls out. And
then... Family.
And then he looks at the camera.
Corona.
He looks at the camera and it just credits.
Bloodshot will be back. Yeah. Oh, Bloodshot returns.
In Fast and Furious 9.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's our review of Bloodshot.
check out the comic book. It's really good.
Comic book's 10 times better.
It will piss you off at the movie because I watched the movie first and I text you going, I know when I start reading this comic it's going to make me angrier at the movie.
Yeah, and also check out Jason David Franks' Bloodshot.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
He's not on crack. It's so good.
Yeah, it's great. And he looks good. He looks buffer than Vin Diesel.
He does.
He does. He's in better shape. And also...
He's just not puffed out.
No.
He's not slamming a cake and taking steroids.
Frank Grillo. You could do a Bloodshot.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah.
Totally. And a guy who's like in his 50s but doesn't look like he's in his 50s.
Yeah, and you can see his face. He can do... I was just about to say Jason David Franks has a thing where he's a stuntman on top of it, so you can see his face as he's doing it.
Frank Grillo has all the mixed martial arts training.
Yeah.
He does a lot of his own fighting and stunts. Also, Frank Grillo, I would even say Frank Grillo looks kind of like a good-looking 50-year-old.
Yeah.
But I think in 10 years he's going to look like a good-looking 50-year-old.
Yeah, I know what you mean. He's going to continuously be at the same age.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. Frank Grillo would be our fan cast.
I'm so on board with that.
Yeah.
Give him a call.
Give him a call.
Get
and also,
Frankie Boy on the...
He could totally do the slick back hair look and everything.
He kind of does that anyway.
He does it anyway.
The black hair, the jet black hair. Anyway, let's move on.
We watched 2 Bond films and we have to review them in less than 35 minutes.
Good luck.
These are the last 2 Pierce Brosnan films and we have both said that these have been surprisingly good so far.
So we have The World Is Not Enough and The World Is Not Enough pleasantly surprised me.
Me too.
Now, I don't think it's the best Bond movie ever made.
No.
But we talked about this in the last podcast, and I think it needs to be reiterated. We knew where it began with Pierce Brosnan. We're like, GoldenEye is like the tippity top. That's one of the best James Bond movies
Highest of
ever
highs.
made.
Yeah.
And then we knew it ended with Die Another Day.
Yeah.
So like there's just such a huge gap in between. So I expected to be these massive steps down gradually. We went from the top to the bottom.
Yeah.
But really, they're much smaller steps when it comes down to quality. Like it just reduces a bit, and then reduces a bit again, and then it falls off the cliff.
It plummets. Now The World Is Not Enough.
Well, it nearly falls off the cliff, but then he hand glides, and it's all good.
Yeah. But we're not there yet. We're on The World Is Not Enough, and you know what? It's a good movie. I'm going to pull up my text to you because I think I pretty comprehensively explain my problems with it, and
I wrote some notes as well.
Yeah. I watched these back to back.
Oh shit! Yeah, it's like a rite of passage.
Yeah.
Pierce Brosnan's first boat chase.
Yeah.
And also his first ski chase.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. And
that box has to be ticked if you want to be officially Bond.
Yeah, it is. You got to do a ski chase. You got to do a
ski chase and a boat chase.
A boat chase, and his boat chase is great. And even when
my favorite part in the movie,
and when he injures himself afterwards, it's also pretty great.
We get to see him as an actual mortal human being.
He's injured, and he fucks his doctor as well.
Of course he does.
And then Moneypenny's pissed, where she's like,
she's not happy. She calls her a slut with her eyes.
Basically.
She's like, you whore.
You whore. No, she's not even that. She's like, I don't even care you had sex with him. You're putting the man I love, what did I just say that? At risk.
At risk,
At risk. Because of you, because you got to get inside his pants, basically.
And you had the audacity to compliment him on his stamina in your medical report.
In your medical report. How fucking dare you? Brosnan, again, even in Die Another Day and The World Is Not Enough, he's pretty strong as Bond. Like, very likable.
So sold every time.
Yeah.
So, we should just say the boat chase, the clampers getting soaked is so funny. I love that scene. Yeah. It actually is acted so well because the way we see he's in the boat.
He's in the boat.
There's loads of scenes
all
where
he's actually putting his hair back and
it keeps hitting him. Yeah. The water hits him in the face. You're like, Bond, you sexy man.
Yeah, I know.
It's literally steaming because he's so hot.
A 3-piece suit and he's in the boat and
the tie fix.
Just as the tie under the water.
I flashbacks to the tank scene in GoldenEye.
Yeah, I love it. It's finally we have a female villain who's actually responsible for everything. You know what I mean? With Electra King, she's a love interest to Bond, and then you find out she's manipulating everything. She's
foxy lady.
She's very foxy.
I really enjoy her performance.
She's very foxy.
Do you know, there's something actually so amazing about seeing this super hot, elegant woman wearing like this ball gown, and she's mega evil at the same time, because there's these mixtures, and I don't know, my mind's like, but I want to love her and have sex with her, but she'll kill me.
But unlike,
am I gonna die? I think I am.
But unlike Famke Janssen,
my dick's just pulling me, you know. I'm like, my dick's pulling me one way.
Yeah, but unlike Famke Janssen, it's like oh man, she's just gonna murder me. She's like, she's gonna manipulate me and do everything, but I'm kind of on board with it, I guess. And even Bond struggles with it.
Guess I gotta die.
Guess I gotta die. So yeah, she was pretty cool. And we haven't seen like a proper female mastermind since From Russia with Love.
Yes. Oh yeah, true. But at the same time, her kind of bona fide goon / you think that the main bad
villain,
guy
Reynard,
is kind of a bit of a letdown.
They kind of amp him up as like, this guy can't feel pain. He's got a bullet slowly killing him.
It doesn't even make sense though what they're saying, because they're like, right, so there's a bullet that's going through his brain, and because of that, his like nervous system doesn't work anymore, so he can't feel pain. But they're like, he's stronger, can go longer. I'm like, what?
Why?
Well, his body will still shut down. He'll still get tired. He just won't feel the lactic acid filling up his muscles. He won't be he won't feel the pain, but he's still going to get weaker. That makes no. He's not stronger because he doesn't feel pain.
They literally say the line, "He will get stronger and stronger until the day he dies," and it's like, that makes absolutely no sense.
Because you don't feel pain, sure. But how does that make him stronger?
How does it make? I get he can push past limits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But his body's still going to gradually shut down. Like, if you punch him in the head, he could be knocked out.
And and they're like, he feels nothing as well, except for Elektra, we find out, which is interesting. I was a bit like, that's convenient. But like, they don't even really push it.
She'd give a man of stone a boner. Like,
that's true. That says a lot about her powers, that a man who feels nothing has fallen deeply in love with her.
Deeply in love with her.
But they don't even push like his ability to push past pain, you know what I mean? Like, he does the hot rock thing with the guy, but they don't really go any further with it.
Also, I'm like, but you're burned still.
Yeah.
Exactly. Your skin's not leather, and you don't see his hand, because I kind of wanted to see his hand.
I was like
glow.
Yeah, I wanted to see his hand just completely scalded, and he's just kind of staring at it. And maybe he wraps it up for the rest of it, but like, that's it.
Because he's
a normal guy.
You're not impenetrable.
No, he's a normal guy. He's just a bit tougher.
If you get shot in the arm, you don't feel the pain, but your arm's going to shut down. Like, I didn't understand that.
And the Russian guy, Hagrid, the guy who plays Hagrid, he's in this movie. He's great.
I really like him.
Me too. And he dies, and it's kind of a nice moment.
It was trying to pull at my heartstrings, and I was like, I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
Pull away. It worked.
Yeah, I was happy with it.
His final moment of defiance, you think he's going to shoot Bond, because Bond's always wrecking his buzz.
Yeah.
And Bond nearly lets him drown in this same movie, but there's still that respect.
Yeah.
You know, like the M respect. Mm-hmm. You're like, okay, we're going to argue, but you're good at your job.
Yeah.
And he saves Bond from the sexy torture chair.
Yeah, which is, by the way, that is a tough scene to figure out how I'm feeling about it.
I am convinced that it's like Mac's bike in It's Always Sunny.
Yeah.
Because when she pulls a lever, I just feel like there's also a dildo going up his backside.
Yeah.
Do you get that? It looks like some sex torture chair. Have you ever seen Burn After Reading?
Yes, I have.
It looks like a chair that George Clooney makes in his basement.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm trying to get the line he says when he walks in the room. He's like, I'm looking for my friend. He's driving us. He's like, it's big and black, or whatever he says when he comes in the room. It's so good.
I don't recall. The BMW. We got a cool sporty BMW. We got away with the like family station wagon that we got to see in Tomorrow Never Dies.
Tomorrow Never Dies. The ski chase is a bit disappointing. For some reason, they're in these like
snowmobiles. You call them,
but they never
sleds.
They never actually sled in them, really.
They're just coming down on with parachutes. There is the cool scene though where he jumps and cuts the parachute with the blades of his skis.
Yeah. But other than that,
just his skis, I guess they're not blades.
It's a bit weak. I'm kind of struggling to understand what's happening in it. Christmas Jones.
What a name.
Denise Richards is very attractive.
Very attractive, but she belongs in an episode of Baywatch. Like,
yeah. She spends every second line reminding you that she has a degree.
But she does it in a Ron Burgundy style where she's like, I've got a degree. I am intelligent.
San Diego.
What is she supposed to be? A nuclear physicist?
Physicist. It's like, what do I need to disarm the bomb? You need me with you. Because I'm a nuclear physicist. I studied for years. And just because I'm sexy doesn't mean I'm not a nuclear physicist. And it's like, okay.
And she literally waddles over in a Laura Croft uniform.
Jesus.
I mean, like, I would die for it. I do
love the Russian guy is like, she's a lesbian. I've already tried to get in there. Ugliest guy. He looks like
I've offered this. I've offered the old vitamin D, and she wants none of it, so she's clearly gay.
Yeah. And they even call back to the classic joke of Bond having sex with the girl, like, and they're where's Bond? What's he doing? You know, and it's like, oh Jesus, we're back to this.
The best one-liner ever.
Yeah.
Right at the end, he's having sex with her.
Yeah.
I thought Christmas only came once a year. Oh, Bond, you sexy man. What I love about that is not only is it absolutely hilarious, but also it's a hilarious wordplay about him being great at sex because he just multiple orgasmed all night long.
I am the sex king.
He's also so charming when he meets her. She goes, my name is Dr. Christmas Jones, and don't tell me any jokes because I've heard them all. And he's like, I don't know any doctor jokes. Like, where in his head he's like, you know, I'll come down your chimney, or it'll be a white Christmas, or you know.
At some stage she does make a Christmas joke. She goes, is that a Christmas joke? And he's like, I can't even remember what he says.
I know.
He's just charming.
But in his head, you know, he's just going through all these jokes. You know,
doesn't
like
even need
he can
to
swing out of my North Pole, but he's like, no, the best line is to say, I don't know any doctor jokes. And you know, right away, there's waves crashing in her pants.
She's, you can almost tell that she's begrudgingly smiling. She's like, fuck, that was a good line.
I'm going to have sex with this man. I'm going to have sex with this man. Crap.
Damn it. He's got me.
I'm locked in.
Yeah, maybe it's another Pussy Galore situation where all she needed was the love of a good man.
Good man to cure her.
Cure her of her lesbianism. Wow, Ian Fleming, you've a way with words.
That's actually from the book, by the way.
That is from the book.
That's not from Air Warped Minds.
No.
In the book, what's her name again? Pussy Galore. How did I forget her name for a second?
Yeah.
Mrs. Galore.
Mrs. Galore.
She's a lesbian in the book, and James Bond cures her.
He cures her of
for
her...
a lack of a better word, Ian Fleming.
Yeah, he cures her of her lesbianism. Go Bond.
Yeah, woo!
Anyway,
woke.
The World Is Not Enough. It was pretty good. Is there anything else to say?
Just that it's Mr. Desmond Llewellyn.
Desmond Llewellyn or Lewin. It's his last one, and
That's Q.
I have to say, he goes out on a pretty great note.
It always have an escape.
He says, I've tried to teach you two things, Mr. Bond. Never let them see you bleed. I thought that was a bit off. I was like, I don't know if Q. And he says, and always have an escape plan as he sinks into the floor. And it's like,
it's such a beautiful send off.
Yeah.
But it's so unfortunate because the man was you get serious granddad vibes off him because he's really old, but he actually died in a car accident.
I know.
And he went on record as saying, I'll play Q as long as they let me.
Yeah.
So I think he could have been there for the next movie.
Yeah.
Now he bowed out at the right time, technically.
And he's training John Cleese.
And I think he's a great addition to it.
He's a nice kind of goofier Q. I kind of like that.
I like it too. And he's kind of the guy, like, I know he's a very famous comedian.
Yeah.
But he's kind of the guy that I wouldn't like in that role in a way. Because I'm like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
We're bringing in this funny guy.
Yeah.
Even though I love him.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
But he actually does it really well.
Yeah. And he's almost so respectful. And Q even is like, he's like, get on with this, as if to say, like, come on, you're too much. Like, Q is giving him notes on how to be Q, which I loved. And
also, sorry, can I just say, the helicopter saw
is very cool.
Is fantastic. That whole action sequence,
it's a great scene,
and you get to see the BMW cut in half.
Yeah.
Do you think BMW were happy with that?
I think so. I think they're okay with it. They let one crash into a auto dealership last time.
But that already looked like it crashed into something.
That's true. Yeah.
But here, let's move on to the best James Bond. Oh no, sorry, I got that wrong. The worst James Bond movie ever made.
Die Another Day.
I was telling you, I had mixed feelings right at the start.
Yeah, me too.
We get to see these three James Bond, 00 whatever and 00 whatever and 007 surfing, and you're like, why? But then there's this hovercraft scene in North Korea that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I was enjoying the North Korean, the diamond tray, blowing up the diamonds in the guy's face.
The diamond face guy.
Yeah.
That is cool. They obviously go 20 steps too far.
Yeah.
But when there's just the diamonds lodged in his face because of an explosion that James Bond had go off, I was like, that's... Diamond Face sounds cool.
I don't
even call him that, but I was like, Diamond Face.
I do even like when he finds him in the place where he's changing his skin color. We'll fucking get into that in a bit. But he gets his attention by squeezing his bag, and it's like, and he's like, oh fucking,
I feel it.
Yeah,
I feel it.
And he's, have I got your attention? And it's like, Jesus, that is brutal. You know what I mean?
That is brutal. Hey, but that hovercraft scene is excellent, and then he gets captured and he's like a POW, he's a prisoner of war for 14 months.
Yeah.
I was like,
holy shit,
that's kind of cool.
Yeah. And I was kind of like, man, this would be a great thing to explore, like Bond being a prisoner of war. Maybe he comes back, he's shaking or something like that.
Yeah, I was thinking we were going to get more scenes like that. Even M's like, oh, the world changed while you're away. But hey, we should talk about the best Bond theme tune ever made.
Madonna, Die
Another Day. I actually think it's one of the best theme tunes ever.
I do.
And
it's straight to the number one on my list with a bullet.
Totally. And let me just vindicate this. So why it's the best is because he gets captured, right?
Yeah.
And then boom, theme tune hits, right?
Theme tune hits.
What better song to depict 14 months of torture?
Yeah.
Than her theme tune.
Yeah. Fits perfectly. 14 months of torture.
I was like, wow, this does feel like 14 months of torture
Do
to
I
me.
have to die another day? Can I not die today?
Madonna nailed it. I was like, whoa,
wow.
I feel the torture. I can hear the torture.
I'm being tortured almost. I'm with you, Bond.
No other Bond theme tune has given me that. So I think it's perfectly placed for 14 months of North Korea torturing the fuck out of him.
And I just love the weird flashbacks he has sometimes to that torture that kind of have no bearing on how he is at all, really. I do like when he breaks out and he says to the doctor, thanks for the kiss of life, and she's like,
you got me, but I kind of knew you were alright. Yeah. I wanted to give you that.
Yeah. She's like, I don't really care, do I? Yeah. And
shucks. There's so much wrong with this movie.
For some reason, she's not great in this. Judi Dench is not great as M.
She's not great. And funny enough, in The World Is Not Enough,
she's so good.
She gets to kind of almost participate in the action. Yeah. There's even the great scene. Sorry to go back one movie, but when when like Bond is trying to sort out the problem and like literally we're bearing towards the end.
Yeah.
M is in a little cell and she just goes, Bond, as he's running up the stairs. Bond doesn't go, oh, M, I'll save you. He just shoots the lock and keeps running. And she's just like, I fucking respect that.
Yeah.
Get the job done.
Yeah.
That's all I needed from you.
He doesn't even come in to check. She just bang.
Are you alright?
Yeah.
Are you dehydrated?
I know.
Did they rape you?
I also love that she gets herself out. She steals the clock and then
she tries. Yeah.
Well, she sends the signal, and that's how they find her.
Yeah. Like, that's pretty decent.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Like, M isn't... They don't make her out to be a dummy, and it's a more personal story to her as well.
It's like seeing Benji from the Mission Impossible actually kind of in the field for once. It's like, oh, this is kind of cool.
This is cool.
And you can kind of see how she can throw down.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't give the villains, even when she's captured, she doesn't give them an inch.
Not an inch, yeah. She's tough.
You gotta kill me, fucking kill me, man.
Yeah, just get it over with. I'm not here for this revenge bullshit.
Badass. I'm just trying to look at the... Oh, yeah. Team tune, worst ever.
Yeah. They do weird slow motion camera movements that are just not cool and very 2002. It's
so strange.
Yeah.
I actually have written down the minute the plastic surgery scene happens, the film completely falls apart.
Yeah, it's not great after that.
And yet it has one of the best beach scenes and Bond girl scenes ever, where Mrs. Jinxie Jinx just pops up out of the water like a beautiful diamond, like a dolphin.
Oh man!
With a great pair of tits.
That's it. That's all that needs to be said.
Moving right along.
Yeah.
Now she's in her absolute prime.
She draws the eye.
Her body makes no sense. Because it's all real as well. That's why it makes no sense. You're like, how?
And then like, at the same time, fucking, they're doing this stupid code word thing where they're talking about watching birds, and the scene goes on for 5 minutes.
But really, they're just like, you want to have sex?
You want to have sex?
I want to have sex.
I want to have sex. I'm free to have sex tonight.
Sex now?
You free to have sex
tonight?
Sex now? Yeah, okay.
Oh, man. I would die for her.
Yeah.
I would just be her carpet. Even that way in her house, I would just be her carpet and she can stand on me every day.
Even when they have the innuendo bit at the end and he's just putting diamonds in her holes and everything.
And she's like, oh no, keep it in longer. It fits so well.
It fits so well. And you're like, man, are we going to see full penetration in a Bond movie?
Because I'm
here for it. I'm here for it, baby. But no.
And not instead, Madonna's theme tune hits right at the end as well.
Yeah, a different song. And Moneypenny, her character is kind of weakened in this because they have I know it's meant to be a nice virtual reality moment and everything, but like,
a little too thirsty.
It's too thirsty for Moneypenny. Yeah, here's the thing. I don't think she would ever The Moneypenny, I don't think...
Especially this Moneypenny.
This Moneypenny, they have such an equal relationship where I don't think she would ever do this. This is like a schoolgirl pining after a crush, and I've never got that impression.
Yeah, she just looks like she's going onto Bond's Facebook
Yeah.
and looking at his swim,
Yeah.
him by the pool in his swimming shorts.
Yeah, whereas, like, the Moneypenny I would know would see that and she'd be like, James, why are you showing off?
Yeah, why are you showing off?
And she'd like, you're 50 years old, why are you putting up these photos and everything?
Yeah.
And like, she'd comment on like that or something.
He wears a beard well.
He does wear
He
a beard.
wears anything well. He
Anything
wears
well.
torture well.
He looks really
14
good.
months of torture.
Rosamund Pike is in this as well, wearing very strange choices of fencing outfits.
Yes, it does work for me though.
Yeah, me too.
Nothing in this movie really works. The
Yeah.
Bond girls, okay, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It also I was saying to you before the podcast, this kind of falls into that trap of that early noughties trap where they're like, hey, like technological advances are progressing at a breakneck pace. We got to put all this weird shit in here. What's it going to look like in a few years? So
Yeah.
There's gadgets everywhere. There's technology. There's
The
lasers.
bad guys have a gadget out car,
Oh yeah, where it's, I don't know, everything's cool. There's too much stuff in the car.
It's too much stuff. The bad guy's whole plan creates a second sun. They turn a North Korean guy into the most British white guy in the world.
He's almost James Bond. If James Bond
That's
was
what he
the
says.
biggest douchebag ever.
That's what he says. He was like, I base my whole new persona on you. Your quips and everything. You're stupid. Like, and this is a 20th Bond film. Like,
it's so rough.
It's such a letdown.
It literally just shits in your eyes for 2 hours straight.
Yeah. Even it's just bad.
It's so bad. And the CGI, again, it just falls into that trap where, like, it's early noughties. Films are using CGI and it looks good.
We're going to use so much CGI.
Did you see Lord of the Rings?
Did you see Lord of the Rings? Oh, did you see what they could do with CGI? Do that in our movie.
Do it hang gliding.
Let's
do
scene.
It. Let's fucking do it.
At least in the car chase scene, it's Pierce Brosnan in the car, and when he flips the fucking car over, he has the smile, and it reminds you of the time when he was remote controlling a car and giggling in the back like a school child.
The Vanquish/Vanish is an excellent car as well.
It's a beautiful car.
Hello.
But the Vanish aspect of it is like...
Again...
Yeah.
Oh, technology, man. Like, what else can we do?
It's just too far, slightly. It's just not a great Bond movie.
Lasers and invisible cars.
Yeah.
But hey... Great pair of tits.
Great pair of tits. That's
Die
all,
Another
Day.
That's all I took from it.
Die Another Day.
Oh, Madonna's actually in the movie.
She is in the movie. During one of the better scenes, the fencing scene.
Madonna's cameo is not the worst part of the movie.
Yeah, and it's bad.
That's a mic drop right there.
Madonna's...
Like, say what?
I don't participate in cockfights. And it's like, ooh, Madonna. Acting coach, please.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get out of here, Madonna.
Get the fuck out of here. Sing your way out of here. No, actually, no, please don't.
I feel like Pierce Brosnan was...
He'll get PTSD. He's back in the camp.
Yeah, Pierce Brosnan was forced to flirt with Madonna in this movie. You know the way where it's like, okay, we have Madonna in, so when you show up, you have to flirt with her. As almost like, do I have to?
Can we look over the script?
Do I have to?
Like a Korean guy that's now British, I'm okay with that. But Madonna...
Why is she here?
I'm going to underline that. Okay, we're going to come back. Yeah, we're going to circle back to that.
We're going to circle back to that. Duran Duran weren't in it. Why does Madonna get to be in this movie? Because she's Madonna. Yeah. Doesn't make sense.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, but I will say the sword fighting scene is great.
The sword fighting scene is one of the best scenes in the movie.
Yeah.
And Pierce Brosnan's just pure
Selling
rage. He
it.
sells it so much. I'm like, give it to him, Pierce.
Get him. And he wins that fucking sword fight.
He totally wins that fight. And that guy is like, I don't know, enhanced in many ways.
Yeah, for some reason. He gets an exosuit by the end of it. It just makes no...
technology!
He's wearing the power glove. The Nintendo power glove by the end on each hand.
Yeah, it's so lame.
Anyway, so... that is the end of the Pierce Brosnan movie. So we have to put these in order now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I actually think I would go chronologically.
Me too.
Like, it's actually that simple.
Yeah, chronologically. Definitely.
So what we got? GoldenEye as number 1.
Tomorrow Never Dies number 2. The World Is Not Enough number 3. And Die Another Day.
By the way, The World's Not Enough. We forgot to say, he says the line in it. He says the title of the movie.
The title in the movie. Yeah.
Check that box. We got skiing. We got a boat chase. And we got the title of the movie.
I love it. And I will say, it is a good moment when he says it.
No, it really is, because it's
a callback.
It's a callback.
Yeah. It's nice. And it's nice that
really
there's
nice.
a bit of consistency. Because he's being choked and she's like, the world is not enough. And she's like, a stupid sentiment. And he's like, family motto.
That's just after the torture.
Yeah.
Sexy torture chair.
No, it's before. And in the sexy torture chair, right as he's about to die, he says, all you really were was one last, and he smiles and he's like, screw. and you know he's like,
and that's just after she said, oh, just one more turn, Bond.
One more turn, and he's like, you really were just one last, and he literally smiles in the scene. He's like, screw. And it's like, if he died now, he'd be so happy.
Yeah, he'd be like, I
fine.
went out and equipped, man.
He'd be fine.
The way I always wanted to.
I loved it. I was like, it's such a Bond moment where he's like, I don't give a fuck.
I don't fucking give a
Yeah.
You know what? Live by the door, die by the sword. Bye, the blah, 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 blah.
Live by the door, walk out the door. Live by the sword, die by the sword. All right, so
we'll jump into news really quickly.
Michael Biehn is going to be in The Mandalorian as a bounty hunter.
Hell yeah, this is Kyle Reese from Terminator
and
fame.
Hicks from Aliens, so cool guy.
Very cool guy.
He's going to make a good bounty hunter. He's got the voice for it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
I say he's only going to be in 1 or 2 episodes.
Yeah. Or probably one, like the Bill Burr thing. Although Bill Burr can come back.
I read that he will be back in season 2, and I hope that's not a rumor. I hope that's true.
Billy Burr.
Billy Burr.
Ballhead Billy Burr.
Big balls, Billy Burr.
Yeah. Anya Taylor-Joy is considered for a Mad Max Furiosa spin-off by George Miller.
Because Charlize Theron is what? Busy? Punching the head off Tom Hardy, maybe?
I don't really see Anya Taylor-Joy as young Furiosa.
And I think she's a really good actress.
Me too. I just don't see that.
If New Mutants doesn't come out, because that'll probably actually ruin her career.
Probably. Well, it's going to kill a few careers.
She was great in Split.
She's great in Split. And
she's very young in Split, so she's only going to get better. She's been in a few things now.
She's in The Witch as well.
That's supposed to be great.
Yeah.
And I heard she's really good at it.
It is really good.
She's really young in that.
By the guy who did The Lighthouse as well.
Is it the same? Oh,
yes,
interesting. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Ryan Reynolds is going to be in a Dragon Slayer movie, apparently.
I don't know what that is.
It's like a classic... Dawn something. It's like an animated game, and it was like an original arcade game, and basically you just
like Rampage.
Yeah.
Was for Dwayne Johnson.
It's fully motion. It's like fully animated, the entire thing, and you just have to go the right direction or you die and everything. It's like classic game, and Ryan Reynolds is a great pick for the main guy.
Probably take liberties with it since it sounds like a very simple kind of game.
And then, is there anything else you want to mention?
Just that Wonder Woman was pushed back. And Gal Gadot is...
she's in hot water.
She's feeling the heat right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anyone has seen. I'm sure most people have.
I can't imagine any of you haven't seen it.
She cured the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Oh, I did. I took a second to sink in there.
I was
listening to my own thoughts there for a second.
I was hoping you wouldn't notice until the edit.
All right, and I'd be like, oh, fucking
Anyway.
Yeah, it's she tried to cure the coronavirus, or at least cure the sadness for a little bit by getting loads of millionaires to sing a song with her.
Yeah.
And it kind of looks a bit douchebaggery.
It's kind of blown up in her face a little bit.
It seems very condescending. It's just weird that... No, here's the thing though. No one has said this, okay? So people are giving shit to other actors as well that did it with her, singing Imagine by John Lennon. If Gal Gadot rang me and said, eat my shoe, I'm like, which pair and how many of them will I eat? Honestly, I would do whatever she wants.
Yeah, she says
another
jump.
person that I would be her rug. I would just be her rug.
She says jump, you say into bed with you? No, of course not. Sorry.
Of course.
I'll just jump really high. Yeah, I'll just jump really high.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Wonder Woman.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was pushed back till August.
Yeah.
And obviously it's for the coronavirus, but also I just kind of feel like maybe people will forget about her whole Imagine experiment by then.
That's what they're hoping.
Yeah, it's just it's weird that she was like, this is a good idea.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a strange move,
Let's get loads of millionaires that are in there cooped up in their big mansions with all their money and anything they want at the tip of their fingers. Let's sing the poor people a song. You know? It kind of feels like that.
Let's give the people what they want.
Now, I don't know how no one has addressed that.
Yeah.
If Gal Gadot rings you, you answer and say, what do you want? Because I will do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I will do it.
Listen, I don't know. She's getting a hard time for it. I can appreciate the sentiment. It does come off a bit douchey.
It just comes off very patronising.
Yeah. But look, Gal, I'm not going to rag on you for it.
No, hashtag I love you.
I love you. Yeah, hashtag we love you, Gal.
honestly, like if she rang me and said, "Here, drink a pint of your own semen," I go, I don't know why, but I'm gonna do it.
A pint?
A pint.
That's gonna take a while.
I'll do it later if you want.
That's gonna take a while to fill up, number one, and to drink as well.
Unless she's in the room, because then it'll take an hour.
Easy.
I'll have it done.
No problem.
I might die of like fluids,
Jeez.
like dehydration.
What a sentiment to end on. Oh, sorry, hunk and skunk.
Hunk and skunk.
To wash the taste of a liter of sperm out of your mouth. Hunk and skunk. Hunk, we agreed beforehand as Jason David Franks for being
Green Ranger.
The Green Ranger for being a better Bloodshot than Bloodshot.
Vin Diesel.
Yeah, and then skunk. Did we agree?
Did we agree?
I don't think we did.
Madonna for making the worst Bond team
again.
Tune
it's meant to be during torture. So
and it does feel like a 14-month-long North Korean torture.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I don't know. She hit the nail on the head.
She did. She hit it right in the head. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening to Straight to Series. Like, subscribe, Instagram, Facebook,
everything. SoundCloud, Stitcher,
share. Please
do.
We beg you.
And we might see you next week. Maybe not, because we're on lockdown.
We're on lockdown.
We'll see what we can do.
We'll see what the country says. But stay safe, and we will see you guys next time.
Yeah, see you. Bye.
We'll be watching Daniel Craig, all 4.
Yeah, nice save.
Yes, watching all 4 Daniel Craig movies.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. It's going to be amazing. So excited.
Bye.